Hi there, it's Colleen Baxter with Bustle and Soul, and I get a lot of requests for recipes because I'm always in the kitchen. I love making good, healthy, nutritious food, and to be honest with you, I really don't follow any recipes. I don't write down any recipes, so it's always difficult for me to give them to friends, but I thought I'd create a little video on just how to make a simple, healthy soup. It's starting to cool down now and turn into fall season, which I love, and so I make a lot more soups and broths and just nourishing, warm, comfort foods. So that's what we're going to be making today. I've been making a broth, so I've been boiling down some bones for that. And even if you're vegan or vegetarian, I honestly would recommend still making a good bone broth as a base. It has so many benefits that we really don't get these some of these nutrients in any other food. You honestly don't. So some of the benefits in bone broth, let's see, number one, it's cheap and highly nutritious. And you're using every part of the animal. So if you roast a chicken one night, save the bones, and then you can boil that overnight, simmer it on low with some apple cider vinegar, which helps to pull the minerals out of the bones, and some salt. And then you're getting just more from that animal, which is wonderful. It's just mineral rich. It'll actually help to remineralize your teeth. So if you have a lot of dental problems, that's really a great nutritious thing that nothing else really does. It also is extremely nourishing for the gut. There's this great book called The Gut and Psychology Syndrome, and she goes into great detail about just the link between the gut and the brain. Your gut is your second brain, really. It produces a lot of neurotransmitters in your body. Those are brain chemicals. So an unhealthy gut is linked to a lot of mental problems. It's linked to autism, ADD, schizophrenia, MS, dementia, a lot of brain problems. And so when we focus on healing the gut, a lot of these cognitive issues actually dissipate and improve. Mood problems, hormone problems, a lot of things are all stemmed in the gut. So the thing with bone broth, it has a lot of great properties that are just soothing for the gut. We also, another common problem is leaky gut syndrome. With our highly just toxic environment, we eat a lot of just toxic foods, processed foods, GMO, environmental toxins. These cause a lot of gut permeability, and when you have gut permeability, a lot of your foods are leaking into, big particles are leaking into your bloodstream, and they cause a lot of inflammation, inflammatory effects in your body, and you can end up with food intolerances, and again, just more brain problems and just other health problems in general. So we want to keep a good quality, good healthy gut barrier. And bone broth is an amazing tool for that. It also has collagen in it, which is great for healthy joints and tendons and connective tissue. So this has also been linked to potentially defending against cellulite problems and also helping with cellulite because that's connective tissue. So women love that. It's great for healthy skin, so good aging. That's why Asians tend to have beautiful skin too. They eat a lot of like chicken feet, tenders, that kind of thing, just like tendons and that sort of thing. It's great for healthy nails and hair. So collagen, we don't really get that in other sources. Let's see, it has great, just high in protein and amino acids, and just good quality fats, which are amazing, brain food, gut food, fuel in general, energy. So bone broth is just a really nourishing food. Also, when you're feeling sick, we often crave soup, and it's because of all the nutrients our body knows that we need. All the nutrients that are in bone broth to just help with boosting the immune system and soothing the gut and making us just feel nourished. So that's a great basis. So I've had some bones cooking with some good stuff. And then I also, I'm part of this CSA, and that's a community-supported agriculture program. So there's different packages, but about every 2 weeks I pay about $30, and I get an amazing box delivered to my door, and which is just awesome. That's so convenient. It's straight from the farm. It's organic, fresh, local, seasonal vegetables and fruit as well. I don't eat that much fruit, but mine is mostly vegetables. So then you're eating seasonally, which we're meant to eat seasonally. If you're eating the same foods all year long, which is really easy now because we have foods flown in from Peru and from Holland and from Germany and all these places. We could eat watermelon all year long if we wanted to, but that's not natural, and it really ends up causing some nutrient deficiencies. If you're eating just broccoli and spinach all year long and you're not getting collard greens and arugula and all these other vegetables, you're missing out on nutrients. And so eating seasonally forces you to try new things and to just eat, go along with nature as we're meant to. Try new things, not just get stuck in your box of I only like these vegetables. Try new things. So that's why I like also being a part of this program, because I get all these new things. I never would have tried Romanesco if it didn't come in my CSA box, and now Romanesco is one of my favorite vegetables. So that's a great thing. And that's generally, that's why I don't have really necessarily a recipe for soups, because I just, or a lot of the dishes I make, because I just see what comes in my box and I make something with it. And when you have good quality ingredients, good healthy organic produce, it's going to taste good. Because you're already starting off with great ingredients. So don't be fearful. You don't really necessarily have to follow a recipe. I used to not know how to cook, and I just started throwing stuff together, and good quality ingredients, good spices, and it works out. But at the same time, I am really an advocate about health, and if I know something is healthy, I'm going to think it tastes delicious. But at the same time, anybody I've served and shared my meals with, my soups, they love it too, and that's been from people that generally don't eat healthy or do eat really healthy. So it's really just have fun with it, get good quality nutritious ingredients, and just be fearless and just start playing around. But what I have here today is I have garlic. Of course, garlic's always great. Purple onion, carrots, celery, some cremini mushrooms that came in the box, some zucchini. I have collard greens, which are just beautiful, and I always love collard greens. I had previously chopped up a bunch of beautiful colored peppers that I had gotten in a previous box, because they just sent me so many and I couldn't go through them all. So I chopped them up and froze them, so now I'm defrosting them for the soup. I have a lot of tomatoes, a couple boxes of tomatoes here. I also got in my box some of these pumpkins or squash. I could chop this up and put this in the soup as well, but I want to do something else with them, so I'm not going to this time. And I also got a wonderful purple cabbage, but I'm going to save this and make some fermented veggies later, because this is a great base for that. But you could throw that in the soup as well. So I have my broth cooking over there. So once I've chopped up all these vegetables, I have on a skillet, I start cooking on low some ghee. And this is what my ghee looks like. I get from Ancient Organics ghee. It's just a really great product. You could use butter as well, organic pastured butter. Ghee is great even if you have a lactose intolerance. The lactose is removed from ghee. It's clarified butter. This is used in a lot of Indian cooking. So you get all that richness, all the great healthy properties from butter, but you don't get the lactose. So that's a great, and it's also a good high heat fat to use for cooking. So you could use it for soups or anything that you're using maybe a higher heat or cooking for quite a while. So I have ghee cooking on low, and then I add all my chopped veggies, usually starting off with the garlic and the onion to start cooking those and turning those nice and translucent. And then I add the other vegetables and cook that covered on low and start cooking all those great vegetables all together. Sometimes I'll add some of my spices already in there, a little bit of salt. I only use real salt or Himalayan pink salt, so you're getting all the minerals. You don't want to use the table salt. That doesn't do anything good for you. But good quality salt is so essential for healthy adrenal function and also just many processes in the body. And we need all these minerals. So add some of that to your vegetables, and it should also be in your broth cooking. In the vegetables, I also will I'll add some cayenne. I love spice, so I add some cayenne. That's metabolism boosting, anti-inflammatory. I add turmeric, which is also extremely anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, great spice, tasty. So I'll add that. I add rosemary to the broth, some bay leaves. I'm going to play around with different spices, but that's kind of maybe foundational. And so then once the broth is good, once it's been cooking on low for several hours, then I add my fairly cooked vegetables to the broth and just continue cooking that on low for a little bit and let that just sit and marinate and just get really delicious. So the great thing about soups is that they're cheap, they're nutritious, and you've made a nice batch and you can use that over several days. Or it's great for a family, or sometimes I'll divide it in half and I'll like freeze part of it if I'm going to be traveling and or I don't feel like eating soup for several days. But I'll divide it, but then I have a great, nutritious, healthy meal, fully balanced meal whenever I want it. You can also add quinoa while it's cooking in the broth. Add some sprouted quinoa, which is great protein and fat source, and it adds like a good richness to it and more satiating. You can also add sprouted lentils and beans to your soup as well. That's really nourishing. I would recommend the sprouted version so that you make sure you're able to digest them better and get all the nutrients from it, and you get the protein from the beans and lentils as well. So that's really that's it. That's the basis. Just a good quality bone broth. Highly recommended. You can get it from your local farmer's market or from a good butcher shop. Make sure it's pastured, grass-fed, good quality. Then just throw in some amazing vegetables and throw in some spices and some good salt, and it's going to be delicious. And just play around with it. Good, healthy meal. So for more specific recipes, for more information on menu planning that I do, and specific health coaching, for workshop information and seminars, and yeah, any of that good stuff, basically go to www.vesselandsoul.com, and there's a contact form in there, so you can message me for further information or pricing or whatever. And that's it. So thank you for joining me. It's Colleen Baxter with vesselandsoul.com, and enjoy your soup for today.